Welcome to Houston Baptist University's Psych 4326, The Psychology of Death and Dying. Reminder, these presentations are only intended to highlight some important or difficult points from the chapter. They are in no way comprehensive and do not include all of the material that students will be held responsible for on exams. You are expected to completely and thoroughly engage with all the required learning materials. Exams in this course may include questions taken from the textbook reading, videos, and PowerPoint presentations. This presentation covers important topics from Chapter 10 in our textbook. Make sure you read all the chapter and take notes. There is much more material in the chapter than we are covering in this presentation. If you know someone who has experienced a loss, you know how very difficult and uncomfortable it is to try to help that person. We often stumble and struggle with what to say or do. Here are some messages that are not helpful. Any attempt to minimize the loss that's been experienced. For example, you can always have another baby. You're still young. You can marry again. Admonitions not to feel or express strong grief reactions, i.e., keep a stiff upper lip. You'll be fine. What you need is to keep busy. Suggestions to get back to living promptly and refrain from disturbing others with one's grief and mourning. For example, why are you still sad? It's been 4 weeks. You should go back to work. You need to put this behind you. Some people experience disenfranchised grief, which is the grief that persons experience when they incur a loss that can't be openly acknowledged, publicly mourned, or socially supported. Times when grief is disenfranchised might include when a relationship or loss is not recognized. Some types of death, such as suicide or AIDS, are not well recognized or are associated with a high degree of social stigma. Also, when the relationship is not granted social approval, such as in the case of longtime friends, co-workers, in-laws, extramarital affairs, same-sex relationships, or ex-spouses. And lastly, when the relationship's significance is not valued by society, such as perinatal deaths, loss of pets, elective abortion, loss of body parts. Such losses are often minimized. Here's a cute video that gives some suggestions for how to help a friend who is grieving. Please take time to listen. Here are some more links to songs that many people say have blessed them after experiencing a painful loss. What other songs would you recommend? Make sure you read Chapter 10 thoroughly and understand the terms found at the back of the chapter. There's so much more than we are covering in this presentation. I'll see you in Chapter 11.